going straight to zero. I remember, like, no word of a lie, yeah, there was a time where I looked at my account, yeah, and I saw, like, this was after catching all the L's after, like, lockdowns and everything. I looked at my account, yeah, and it was, like, maybe, like, 2 bills. And I said, whoa. Like, literally, like, I looked at it, I was like, whoa. I said, right, this is the L. I said, I needed this. Like, I actually looked at it, I said, I needed this. I said, this is what's going to motivate me to get back to being me.
Check.
Yeah, I was like, this is going to motivate me to get back to being me. And I remember, like, I looked at it and I actually laughed. I said, rah, this is pain.
Yeah.
This is real pain. Because I'd gone years without being that low in a long time, because I was always grafting. So, like, even when I would say, like, I remember, like, I used to say to the man, I said, rah, everyone's definition of broke is different. You know what I mean? I remember, like, I used to have a target, yeah. So 2019, 18, I used to travel all the time. But if my money dipped under a certain amount, no matter what the man then wanted to do, I couldn't go.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And the amount wasn't even bad, but it was just where my mind was.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Where if I said the amount to other people, they'll look at me and say, right, you're weird. Like, that, like, you had money. But it was just, that was, for me, it was a comfort zone. And that comfort zone is what made me survive COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you kind of need that. But now, I'm in a mind frame where, like I said to you earlier, I would have wanted to move from where I live to the real bachelor pad that would, it would help content-wise.
Yeah.
So that I'll give you an example. There's a guy that I follow on Instagram, and he was talking when he's moved to LA now, him and his girl, and he was talking about when he already moved to his Miami apartment, and people were saying it's insane because his Miami apartment was $5,500 a month. The thing is, when he moved to his Miami apartment, he was making, I think he said at the time he was making about $100,000
a month.
No, a year.
Oh, I was gonna say.
But no, let's fast forward now. When he moved to his Miami apartment now, he'd gone from making $100,000 a year to, I think after the first year, he made like $700,000.
Wow. Because
his whole content is lifestyle based and everything. But the apartment caused an influx of, you started getting loads of ads and brands were sponsoring. So the sponsors started coming in big time.
Shit.
And it worked towards like his YouTube and the whole, you know what I mean, perception of his lifestyle and everything. So now he's moved to LA into a bigger yard.
Yeah.
And it kind of all, you get what I'm saying, fitted with everything. But I said to Wes, I said, you know what? Let me hold back. Let me do what I need to do in regards to, I've seen the first venue's working. So now I could say next year, once I start a new job, plus profits from the venue, just close my eyes. As long as my rent is paid, my car, and I got food.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Just save up. Don't do nothing that's flashy, extraordinary, nothing exciting. Just save up, repeat the formula again. Then now when you've got 2 of those, it's easier to get to 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Then when I get to 4, I could save up properly for my next plans and next move. But 2, 3, 4, no one's gonna know that I own 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Everyone's just gonna know that. Like, I'll just probably say on my channel, oh yeah, I got a new venue. But I'll never say where.
Yeah.
I'll never, you know what I mean? That's it.
Secret.
Yeah. I'll never say where. I'll just be like, oh yeah, I got a new venue. The only one that anyone needed to know was 254, because 254 had a meaning behind it.
Impact, yeah.
The other ones might have meanings behind it, but it would only be known to the person that is 4. You get what I'm saying? That the meaning's 4. But apart from that, I just, for me, like, there's no point talking about bragging. But I reckon it's probably where I think where I grew up and how I grew up has kind of made me in a way where I feel like if I'm over celebrating, it might come across like I'm showing off. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people don't want to see you win too much.
Of course not.
Yeah. So you just have to kind of downplay it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a sad thing. No one ever wants to see you win. It's because I just think that's two things: jealousy and they're insecure. That's why they don't want to see you win.
Yeah.
But I'm just weird at the time. I had two questions quickly on the venue. What's one thing that surprised you of going into their industry that you didn't know about? Something that you've been in it and think, shit, didn't know that was going to happen, or it cost that much, or people are like this, or whatever.
Oh, people don't take into account the costings of running a spot and stuff. So people that I don't even know will phone me, oh yeah, can't you cut this down to blah, blah, blah.
I heard that someone tried to cut it down to like £40.
Yeah. And I said to them, Rah, do you actually want me to pay for you to host your own party at my own thing? And they're like, what do you mean? And I said to them, all right, cool. To break it down, I said, if, I'll give you an instance, the other day, I've asked someone, I was like, oh, how many people you got coming to your party? They didn't want to tell. They were like, oh yeah, I've got this amount. I've asked them again last minute. Till today, they still ain't replied. You get me? The event was a few days ago. So I'm asking and they're thinking, why am I asking? So now you only had 50 people come. Yeah. I paid for 2 security.
Okay.
£20 an hour each. That's 40. So let's say these lot started at 9. They ain't got out till 2:30. So 2 people, that's 110. Bar staff free. £15 an hour. Same thing again. So they ain't finish at, they probably finish at 3 because they had to tidy up.
Yeah.
So 3 people, that's £90 each. So that's 270. 270, 110. That's 380. So you book 6 hours. 6 hours is 150 an hour. That's 750. That's on Friday and Saturday after 6. On other days is £100 an hour, and before 6 is £100 an hour. So 750 now. So let's say out of that 750 minus 380, that's 370 left.
Yeah.
370 you have to factor the cost of the monthly rent to the landlord. Then I have to factor the bills out of that. So I can't say, oh yeah, it's 370. Let me just flick that in my pocket and blow. You get what I'm saying? Then I have to factor the waste management company. Then I have to factor the drinks.
The stock, yeah. Yeah, not a lot of people think about that.
Not a lot of people think about that. So
they don't.
let's say like now I've taken that 370 and I paid for all of this now. I make my money in the drinks.